Hi, I'm Gigi. Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be discussing 4 prerequisites for change, which are so essential if you want to achieve any outcome, go toward any goal, create any new thing for yourself in this new year. You've got to know what are the 4 prerequisites for change. So today is going to be an overview of the 4, and then I'll go into detail on each one in subsequent videos so that we can go a little deeper. But today is the overview. So what most people do is they start with step 2. However, step 1 is really the baseline of where to begin. But most people don't have the tools for step 1. So step 1. Step 1 is removal of baggage. What is baggage? Baggage is anything that is from the past that's still in your present, which essentially means that it's going to be in your future. So baggage, it's negative emotions, it's fears, it's anger, which anger is the emotion that masks all the other emotions. So anger masks sadness and hurt and fear and guilt and shame, and then anxiety and worry. There's so many negative emotions that people deal with, and if you're dealing with all of these negative emotions, how far do you think you're going to get with your goal or your outcome, or what do you want to achieve? You're not going to get very far because you're going to be taken out of the game when something happens, and you're just going to kind of emotionally give up, which is kind of what happens. So baggage, everyone's got baggage. Baggage essentially starts when we're infants, and how that happens is that when we are 0 to about 6 years old, everything is going straight into the subconscious mind as if it's the total truth. It's going straight into theta. So the theta mind is when we're very relaxed in meditation, have on headphones for like 30 minutes or so, and you're just in like a trance-like state, you're in theta. So when you're a young child and your parents are arguing, all that stuff's going into your subconscious mind, and you're thinking about you're linking all these links of like money is bad, or money is arguing, or I'm not loved, or just all those negative emotions and limiting beliefs. They're just packed in there. And then what ends up happening is we have these kind of these events that happen later that prove the initial limiting belief. So to get to the next step, step 2, we've got to first remove the baggage, the decondition from how others thought we should be, how we thought others wanted us to be, people pleasing, negative emotions, the past exes, the traumas, the hurts. There's so many things that people can have traumas and baggage from. There's wildfires going on in LA currently, and people are going to have trauma around that. So how do we remove these traumas and like move on and like create a new life? So I'm a master practitioner of neuro-linguistic programming, which essentially means that I'm really good at transforming the subconscious mind and doing it very fast. Most practical psychologists, they can take 2 years to remove one negative emotion, but I do it in essentially a breakthrough session, a VIP breakthrough session, which is about 7 to 8 hours, and all of this baggage is gone. So step 1 is remove the baggage. Step 2 is create a new outcome. What's your goal? What's your vision? What's your purpose? What do you want? Who do you want to be? What do you want to do? What do you want to have? All of that is under the realm of creating a target. What's your outcome? What's your be? What's your vision? And why it's so important is because your subconscious mind, your brain, your heart, your heart brain, your subconscious mind needs an outcome. Without an outcome, you will essentially be roaming and going around in circles for a long, long time. Your brain is like a GPS. It needs a very specific destination. It needs to know exactly where it's going, not just the street or the road or the general city or location or the zip code. It needs an exact address to get you there. So you get to decide what it exactly is that you want. Who do you want to be? What do you want to do? What do you want to have? And then you get pictures. You've got to get pictures and get the pictures into your subconscious mind. There's a scripture in Habakkuk. It says, write the vision, make it plain, that he may run who reads it, or he who proclaims it, he who declares it. You get to run, you get to have speed when you declare it. Write the vision. So you get to write the vision. What is your vision? Get a vision. But only after you clear all the baggage out, because otherwise you're putting, as a teacher of mine once said, whipped cream on a cow patty for a lovely visual. So the next step, once you have removed the baggage and you've created an outcome and a goal and who you want to be, vision board and all of that, the next step is action. It's actually getting into action. It's doing the thing. And that includes boundaries. Yeah, I said it. The B word, creating boundaries. Boundaries are essential. What's very, very important to you? What are non-negotiables? XO, hell no, we won't go. And then what about the middle? So boundaries, creating that for the areas of your life. And it can be simple. You can create 5 boundaries or whatever, just so you have something. Action. The fourth step, the final step is well, before I say the fourth step, I wanted to say that there is a scripture in James, which it talks about faith without works is dead. So if you are believing for your outcome, but you don't actually take action toward it, your faith is dead. So faith without works is dead. So you must put the action behind the belief. Very, very important. Okay. The fourth step to change is overcoming obstacles. So overcoming obstacles. Yeah, you're going to have an obstacle when you go to get your B. The reason that you have the obstacle is because you set the goal. Without the goal, you wouldn't have the obstacle. So obstacles pretty much are showing you that you have a target and an outcome, not necessarily that you shouldn't go and get it. But pretty much every day you're going to have emotions to fight, battles to fight. Things are going to happen. Flat tires happen. Negative emails come in. People hang up on you. Just like so many things where you could just get wrapped up emotionally in a day. You've got to learn to let the stuff go and keep going toward your target. Whatever it is, full speed ahead. And if you don't have that target, what happens is you go round and round and round. So when you have the target and these things happen, you can just kind of more easily let it go, because you're like, no, I'm focusing on my target. Like, I am going in this specific direction. I'm not going to let all these little things rob my attention. So you get to overcome the obstacles and keep plowing forward. There's a scripture that says, I press on toward the goal of the upward call. I press on toward the goal. You're going to have to fight some things, press on towards some things, because you're not just beating the air. You are actually fighting an actual principalities and powers and forces that may be the unseen realm. So you got to press on through it, press on toward the goal. of the upward call of the goal. And yeah, so those are the 4 prerequisites for change. Remove the baggage, set an achievable outcome, a goal, create the vision, and then action, and then overcome obstacles. These are the 4 prerequisites for change. Very, very essential. And the next video, I'll be going into what does it look like to remove baggage, what is deconditioning, and starting there. Before you go and race off and take a bunch of action and get a gym membership and then 3 weeks later fall off and then feel bad about it and all the negative emotions come charging through. So you don't have to go racing off and taking a bunch of action. We are in the middle of winter in January, so actually a better time to start stuff is more like March, spring, when things start to bud. Our Gregorian calendar, I don't necessarily understand it. I think it might actually be not the right calendar. I think that the Jewish calendar is more like it. But hey, we're working with what we got. So 4 prerequisites for change. More videos to come, and stick around and I'll see you on the other side of the rainbow. Much love.